Good day, my people. Good day, everyone. Welcome to Miro African TV. I am your host, Zebedi Korea, broadcasting from Germany. Um, Welcome once again. Please, if you are first time to join Miro Africa or to watch Miro Africa, I would love you to just do us a favor by clicking that bell button, subscribe to the channel, and also like the video, share it, invite your friends. Actually, because I'm a little bit busy this time around. That's why I'm not coming online like before. So, greetings from my side. Welcome to Miro African TV. On today's program, I will be discussing the issue of United Nations Security Council, and after that, I will now discuss a little issue pertaining the former Vice President of the United States and Ukraine, including Trump. And I will also add or chip in DNA test machine that Nigeria has started using now. So these topics are the things we are going to discuss today. And I will also, maybe from what I will be saying, I will jump to one thing or the other. Also. So please bear with me. And if you would like to join the conversation, the WhatsApp, mostly I use WhatsApp on that. The WhatsApp number is plus 2348143752944. A lot of people are spamming that line, and please stop spamming the line. They share 1001 message under 10 minutes, I keep on deleting a lot of things. Please, it's just open for this program show. So if you would like to join the show, you have to use the WhatsApp number. So without wasting most of your time, my people, I would like to jump in to the hottest problem disturbing Africa. It's not now, it has been there for a very long time. One thing that normally marvels me is that whenever the Europeans and the Americans want to go into agreement in doing business in Africa, they do put on those agreements that Africa should not use those things as weapon against them tomorrow, you know. But all the whole agreement they sign with Africans, they do turn it to become weapon against Africa. Maybe the Africans are even forgetting to put those things in those agreements. So on this issue of United Nations Security Council, imagine the entire planet, the entire world. Asians are being represented, Americans are being represented, Europeans are being represented, and even United Kingdom may call themselves an island, itself an European, are being represented. All the caucus of Russian side are being represented. The only people that are left behind and nobody cares, and nobody should care, because it's left for Africa to ask themselves, to check mark themselves if they are puzzle of this so-called United Nations of a thing, or they are being invited to be used and treat the way they like, just in the name of, let's see, it's a United Nations, let's bring them into what we are doing. But they are not part of the making, they are not part of the system. So it has been long that African leaders, whenever they go to UN sitting, most of those times is when they remember to demand for their rights in international community. I don't know whether Africans are slipping away or they don't know what their right is. you know. So that's why I'm here to discuss a little about this UN meeting that they went to, General Assembly. If you watch, when African leaders are about to start discussing, the entire hall is always empty. You know, I keep on watching those things. Why is that hall empty? Other countries will avoid to listen to what Africans have to say. Either our leaders are fooling themselves or they don't know their right and left, or other leaders are angry of Africa that they don't want to belong where others belong to. I don't know where I will push the blame to. I don't know whom to blame on all those things because Nigerian president is about to talk in General Assembly. Everywhere was empty. Some people put on translator to listen to the English that our president is speaking. It's not. That's why many independent countries, this type of molest, we shouldn't be molesting ourselves, fighting every day to speak the language of a colonial master. Yesterday, I came across a topic about the president of what's the name of this country again that they committed genocide. That country, the second country that said genocide after the Biafran War. What's his name again? Can't recall. But the man deleted, their government removed over 1,000 colonial laws. Imagine. You have been calling yourself an independent country for all these years, while all the laws you are using to rule your people is also the extended laws being implemented by the so-called colonial master. So that will show you if we as African people are qualified to sit among the decision makers of the planet. For me, seeing all those things going on, saying that Western world are still like all the whole French speaking countries in Africa are still paying. Oh my God. Other countries are fighting that their colonial masters will pay reparation for colonizing and enslaving them. But French-speaking African countries are paying colonial tax to France today. See, now that I'm talking to you now, today is 30th, maybe the next money have been sent over $30 million per country. And you ignore those things and you run to UN to demand for a permanent seat. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable because you have to prove that you are an independent, your brain is working, you should know what you want and manage yourself. You demand help, you demand aid from these people that you want to sit down with them. When they say something, you say, no, I will veto it, I'm not in support of it. Imagine. I don't know. If you ask me, the way United Nations is working, the way Security Council is working, Africans shouldn't be standing there speaking the tone of the colonial masters and be demanding for success. Because if Chinese president is talking today, he don't speak English. Don't forget that Britain also colonized China. Yes. They fought and win China and occupied China. That is colony. And Chinese using English as their main language to communicate with the world? No. It's only Chinese that they speak in China? No. There are many tribes with their own language. Russian president, if he's speaking in UN Security Council, in United Nations, do Russia speak English? Mm-mm. Do they speak German? No. Do they speak French? No. What do they speak? They speak their mother tongue, Russian. France, also the permanent member of UN Security Council. If they are addressing the world, which language are they using? They are not using English, no German, no Chinese or Russian. They use France. That's French, sorry. They use French language. Sorry, let me say. So, likewise, United States is extended Britain that expanded into America. You know, yeah, they speak their own language. You know, it's like that. And which language did Nigerian president use in addressing UN Security Council? Is that Nigerian language? The Sierra Leone president, which language did he use to address General Assembly? All the whole African leaders that lead their continent went to UN. Which language did they use to address the United Nations? And if you are speaking the language of your colonial master, how do you think that the world will see you? They are still seeing the extended colonial object. So, if you want to demand for such a seat or to be recognized in the international community, you should decouple yourself from a monkey. They call you monkey, they call you an animal. You should decouple yourself in the sense, go and sit down with your cabinet, call the Senate, call the reps, call the governors of all the entire state, call the local government of all the whole communities. Very big conference. Reshuffle the entire colonial system running in your veins. You know, most of us do say that Gaddafi has been killed or is being killed because of he wants Africa to create one currency. No. Because he's giving loan, cheap loan to African countries. No. You guys fail to see that Gaddafi started behaving like somebody with his own mind by uprooting the colonial system that is being established in their country, and Gaddafi never speaks French, Italian, or any other language. He speaks his mother tongue, and the interpreter will interpret it to you. It's a very powerful message to Africans. They fail to understand. Imagine the Swahili of the East African nation, that most of African countries speak Swahili. But the African leaders have never ever used that language to identify themselves in the front of the entire planet. Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid to speak your mother tongue for the people to translate it? Understand what you are saying. And when you start speaking your mother tongue, you will no longer make mistakes. You will no longer go contrarily. In short, there is a very powerful job to do before I will support Africa for them if they would demand, because Africa is the largest continent on planet, if they would demand for this thing that is there. We should reshuffle. Do you know how they do salad? We should pick leaf as they slice salad. We have to slice Africa back. Carry all ingredients that Africans need, mix it for us to get back the African taste before we will serve ourselves for public to start testing us. Ooh, it tastes good. It tastes good. Oh, they are healthy. That's how my own message normally goes. Because we Africans are still sitting, operating, breathing, eating, protecting 99.9% of the colonial system. Finishes with. We are still protecting those things. You will come out as an African and a white man will ask you, what is your language? I do tell them Igbo. They say IBO, I say no. IGBO, Igbo language. They don't know it because nobody used those language to identify us in international community. You will tell people that you speak Swahili. They will say, Swahili from which area of Africa? Nobody knows it. They know Arab, yes, but the black continent of Africa, the black side of Africa, what are you doing? You are still there sitting, paying tax of colonial something, paying reparation of the colonial masters. Nigeria is still paying all the whole post-colonial soldiers and military and servicemen of the British. Nigerians are still paying their grandchildren tomorrow. And you went to UN with proud to demand for UN security. Oh my God! You know what I do before? There was one video that I made. I advised African leaders to forget United Nations, forget United Nations, forget European Union, forget the Free Trade Union of itself. Start building, rebuild yourself, build your own United Nations, build your own organization, back it up. Look at Zimbabwe. Entire Africa are sitting down watching the Western world punishing Zimbabwe for their own birthright. And everybody look away. Africans were there. The Western world came and destroyed Libya before their eyes. Everybody look away. Can any African country raise their finger to any Western country? Can you do it? Can you challenge them in any business level? Can you do it? They will unite against you. Why are we still divided? That we are preaching for open border businesses. We want to create African one market upon the hatred we still have into one another. Look at what happened in South Africa. How South Africa rise up to kill their fellow black skin brothers, destroy them, burn them alive. Just imagine what you know. So it's not an easy something for us to demand for UN Security Council permanent membership. We should go back, reshuffle ourselves, rebuild ourselves, do things the way it's supposed to be, put it normal, value yourself, and unite as one nation. Before we should start talking about anything permanent security council. For me, it's still too early because the language I'm speaking today, normally, I may be using Swahili to address my people. I'm supposed to be using my mother tongue. Do we understand each other? Have we tried to create a central language that Africa will be using to understand themselves? Why are we existing? Why are we still existing? If you come into European Union, they speak 1,000 languages. They came together. Most of them understand German. Most of them speak French. They speak intercultural language. What do? You will be pointing hand, these Nigerian people. The other one will be, you look at this Ghanaian. The other one, they keep on dividing themselves. While if you come to Europe, all the whole neo-Nazi, the people that hate foreigners in Europe, they are like this. From Germany to Britain, from Britain to Russia, all over white man continent, all the foreigners haters are like this. But in Africa, it's one after the other hating the neighbor. Just, we cannot say, let's come together and fight for our common goal. No, it's quite a pity, So, for me not to waste most of our time discussing United Nations, discussing all these things, I know that it will not work for Africa. You guys have never discussed the abolishment of the Congo conference. That is the Berlin conference where African countries were divided and destroyed. We have not called the Western world to sit down and cancel the division of Africa, that Africa is no longer their object. So African leaders still have a lot. They have not even started discussing about themselves. They are still fighting for the companies and whatever, So without wasting most of your time, let me jump the boat now and switch over to the issue heating up the entire planet as the President of the United States, President Trump, Germans call it Trump, President Trump, called his counterpart in Ukraine, and they discussed about the former Vice President of the United States, yes, Joe Biden, that was there under the government of Barack Hussein Obama. Many people will say that no Muslims have ruled America before. Barack is a Muslim, Barack Hussein Obama. During his tenure, a lot of things happened. So without wasting most of your time, the issue popping up from Ukraine and the United States has made the entire world to understand that American power, superpower of today, is now a gangster mafian boss. America is now using their force and power to uproot, destroy, and take over the wealth of the poor world. Imagine the Western world putting riot and fight and killing in Maidan, in Ukraine capital, overthrow the elected president of Ukraine, and put their own guy. Do you know, Ukraine government was formed through telephone, mobile phone. The Victoria Nuland of United States was on phone dividing who will take which position in Ukraine. On phone, who will be president, who will be foreign minister, on phone, without even visiting America. She's outside the US, dividing Ukraine. Now, it has come to our notice, as they were destroying, dividing Ukraine, the same game they played with Russia around 90s, when Soviet Union collapsed. They are now playing the same card in Ukraine in the name of they will open door for Ukraine to join the European Union. All the whole promises they made were fake and lies. And that's what the promises they normally give the Africans, Sorry, please. So as they were destroying Ukraine, the Vice President of the United States, we are securing. I will not only the vice, because it's only the vice that is own now pop up because he come out to contest for presidency for 2020 or 2021, whatever. But all the American oligarchs, the American mafia, the American government, the American politicians push themselves into Ukraine and secure the whole oil, gas sector, every infrastructure that the country used to live. They become board of directors. Even the Ukraine and Americans were having meetings board meeting in Ukraine. Do you know that the Ukraine president leave his position as the president of the nation for the American vice president to sit there and dictate, to tell you who is the boss? These guys are now mafia. So, following what is happening in Ukraine, and the same issue happened in Nigeria, because Clinton and Obama pushed Goodluck Jonathan of Nigerian president before out of office and planted Buhari. Who is now the board of directors of Nigerian oil companies and energy sector? Because that is where they focus, oil and gas and everything. Who is now the board of directors? Nobody knows, and that one now went unnoticed. These things are things we should be asking, because if they can do it in Ukraine, imagine what is happening in Africa. Imagine what happened in Côte d'Ivoire the time that France destroyed the government of the former Côte d'Ivoire president and planted their own. What is going on in Africa? So that said and done, it's left for us to start looking if the same people that secure position in Ukraine oil gas sectors have also did the same in Nigeria, so that as Trump is calling others, Trump can also ask for more to pop up, because a lot of things has been going on in this Mafian war. So without wasting most of your time again, let me jump into the issue of DNA test in Nigeria. Most of you have not yet recalled that before, I think, who was the president? I don't know whether it's under Jonathan or Yaradua, either one of them. Some Nigerians brought in DNA test machine from US into Nigeria. I think that machine spent not only months, maybe 3-4 months in Nigeria. The American government jumped in to withdraw that machine out of Nigeria because of high suicide. In Nigeria, it's where you will see family of 7. Among those children, none of them belong to the man that they're claiming to be their father. In Nigeria, you will find that the Nigerian women are the most heartless women operating on this planet, where they will get married with a man and they will be taken in from their boyfriend outside in the name of getting pregnancy from their homes, married homes, which is unacceptable. Now, the machine has now come back to Nigeria. That means the war is about to start. Because that time that the machine came before, every 10 families that went in to test their family, only 2 come out jubilated. Every 10 that enters that office, 1 or 2 comes out to jubilate. The remaining 8 will be crying. The family will just explode into it. So, for the federal government of Nigeria to allow this machine to be installed in Nigeria, a lot of homes will start burning. Especially in Igbo land, where non-blood lineage of a man should get any property from their family. It means if some people have shared their father's property with a strange blood in their family, and they later test and find out, war, internal war is about to start in Nigeria. Because Nigerian women are the most helpless women operating on this planet. You may insult me, you may curse me, but you yourself as a Nigerian woman knows that I'm telling you the truth, nothing but the truth. You know it very, very well that what I'm saying is the fact. Because Nigerian women are those, if you go to their churches, these their clap hand churches, these Pentecostal churches they are going, all their boyfriends are there and their husband is also there. That is Nigerian women for you. Inside that church, they will book hotels. Both Nigerian women that are home and abroad, they are the highest cheaters on planet. Today, that's especially in Igbo land. Igbo women are motherfucker cheaters. They cheat their husband with impunity. I'm telling you the fact. In Igbo land today, you will see, even though in my own village, I went there, I saw things that I marveled. A man is alive, living with the wife, and even though their mate, the mate of the husband, will pregnant their wife, the woman will deliver the child into the family, and they will see without blood test that this child is not from this man, it's from the so concubine. That's why most of our Igbo men in Germany today are no longer getting married, going home to get married with Igbo women. They marry the Bini ladies. Do you know why they marry the Bini ladies? Because Bini culture, this culture, whenever they chew kola nut on a woman's head and do the normal things they do, that woman will not dare to cheat the husband. This thing is what is driving the Igbo men to get married to Bini girls. Now, before, Igbo men are known all over the world that they will friend strange women, and when they want to get married, they will go village and take Mary or take Queen Elizabeth from their village. But now they have found out that when that Queen Elizabeth comes out, she will now grow tail and start cheating with impunity. I said with impunity on their husband. As men, they flirt. That's so women, they flirt outside. And a lot of tribes from Enugu State that has that similar Bini laws that when a woman get married, she do not dare to get outside and mess around. Those people are seeing another traffic of Igbo men getting married to their girls because of that tradition. Because of that tradition, you know, our Igbo women are known. I am even saying it here. If you like, fight me. They are the largest cheaters. This DNA test, if this thing goes to Eastern Region states, oh my God. If this machine go to Eastern Region states, there will be internal war that will break out. Because alarm will blow. So, the best thing that can happen is for this machine to remain in Lagos. Let the Yorubas and some Igbos that are there fighting themselves on this issue. This machine should not escape Lagos State to eastern part of the nation because it will cause havoc. So my people, that's all I have for you today. And yeah, I will be also coming back to discuss this issue of DNA test and the issue of women cheating their husband in Igbo land, pushing their men out. A lot of Igbo ladies are no longer married because of this lie. You know, we need to discuss it because it's our matter. But I will do it in Igbo language, maybe from my studio, the other side studio. You know, because I'm somewhere else, you know, doing this one now. But I will be going there to discuss the matter. Thank you very much. God bless you. Remember, blessed. Subscribe to Miro African TV. Share this video. Invite others to be part of it. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.